What's the difference between Firecure and Boraxifire? Why would you use Firecure versus using Boraxifire?
The difference that I found between the Firecure and the Boraxifire is the Firecure has a lot more sulfites in it. That a lot more salmon crave than steelhead, but there's times where steelhead will crave it too as well. And the Boraxifire has borax in it, where the Firecure doesn't have any borax. So one works better than the other at times, and you'll find it. That's why it's so good to have, go to the river with and just let the fish tell you what they want. But if you go to the river with just one cured egg or whatever, then at times you can shoot yourself in the foot, especially on the West Coast when there's so much competition with all the other guides or sportsmen or sport women out there. So you got to find out what the fish want, and every day could be a different day. Just when you got to figure it out, how it changes. So this time, here we're going to use Firecure.
What colors you guys want to see?
Obviously, low clear water. We like to use the clear. But
Yeah. Again, you throw that away.
So you're using the pink Firecure to come out with a pink egg is what you're doing.
A pinkish reddish egg. This will
Yes.
work. This has got the shaker. You got your spoon for this side. Oh. Then you got your shaker. And I can smell the firepower in this stuff already, just by taking that lid off. You got your shaker side. Pop your seal. Put your lid back on.
Are you using the same 1 to 2 tablespoons for this as you would for Boraxifire?
Yeah. It's got some moisture in it somehow, probably from the plane ride. You just sprinkle a little bit in the bottom like that. See that? Grab your eggs. Stick it right in the bottom of your Ziploc baggie, gallon Ziploc baggie. Get these little guys out of the way right now. I like to separate my eggs when I put them in there so they're not stacked on top of each other, so you can sprinkle them, But I don't know if it really matters it as much, but that's kind of how I do it. A little bit more organized so I can see how much I have.
I can smell that from here.
You smell that, Creel?
Yep.
Now, if you were blending, would you do that ahead of time, or would you do it in the bag?
I do it in the bag. And you can do that by using the tablespoon, and then sprinkling it off the tablespoon. Yeah. That's what I like to do.
Will the finished egg with this look any different than the finished egg with the Borax?
The color you're kind of looking for?
Yeah, it's getting there, yeah.
Yeah.
How does pink and orange come out mixed together?
Pink and orange is a light, what did I say, pinkish red. Yeah.
Not that Oregon cheese color, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly.
I'm going to add some more. If you come look at these eggs, you see how there's very little cure in the eggs themselves, in the skins themselves. That's yes, these are going to be a little bit more juicier. Firecure is a lot more juicier because it has no borax in it. Okay, now I'm going to take a little time. You're able to see the difference between a borax or fire egg being cured and a Firecure egg being cured. Because you'll see how much more this will cause it to juice up a lot more. Why, I don't know. I think because of the borax, but it looks like we've got 2 layers on that one. So then I'll wipe my hands off there. Turn the bag around.
So you're basically saying it's pretty foolproof. It's pretty easy to use.
It's very. Now, you know, if you dump a whole bunch in there, you're going to have raisins, you know, and you don't need to. I always tell people to start out light, mix it up, and then you see, you know, if you need a little bit more in there. I'm getting back here in this corner is what I'm doing here. That's where the table comes in handy. See that? Zip it shut. Massage it around in the bag a little bit. I can tell you I'm going to need more cure because you see there's hardly any cure on it. But I'll invert it a little bit. Yep, need more cure. Because there's very little cure, you don't hardly see any cure.
So how do you determine if you need more cure or not? You look at the egg and see how...
Yeah, I'm going also by color. You're not going to get this perfect pink color, okay? You won't get that pink color, but you're going to get a pinkish, reddish egg. I'm looking at, it's kind of like if you take your salt and pepper, you know, when you put some salt and pepper on, you know, have them on a baked potato, put a little bit of pepper on it, it's like, I thought I put some pepper on it. Well, you want some more pepper. You kind of have to play it and judge it by ear. With the dry brine. The wet brine is kind of the same way, trial and error, you know, until you figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you type thing. And go that direction. I played with Firecure so long, and the Fire, I know what worked, how much to put on, what, just by looking at it, you know.
Can you actually mix the cures as long as it's the same type? Can you mix a clear into that paint just to lighten the color up a little bit?
Yeah, it's all compatible.
Okay.
Even these two are compatible together.
Okay.
I know guys that mix Firecure and Fire and Firecure together to produce the egg that they want. Yes.
That specific color that.
And the sky's the limit, you know. If you want a rocket red, this color and these color, 50-50 is a rocket red egg when you put it on, okay? If you want a pinkish, light pink, pinkish orange, then you mix the orange and the pink together. If you add just a plain Jane, you just, whatever your eggs are, is whatever color. When you add the Fire, just the standard, no dyes, that's what color your eggs are going to be, okay? Let's mix this again. Come out real quick and 10 to 12 hour cure process at room temperature. So the bigger the berry, the longer it takes to cure. These being so small, they will cure a lot faster. And what a lot of people don't understand, even if you got single eggs, this works great for curing just single eggs. Okay? And you know, the same way, the same process.
You want to layer your singles as well?
Yeah. Yep.
Really the whole layering process is to make sure the chemicals evenly distributed, I would assume.
Exactly. And I'm going to get some down here in this corner. And you know you don't have to add any more cure at all. When the eggs extract all their juice from the cure process and they start to suck it back, these bags will almost be tight with no air left in them, like it's been vacuum packed. And it's kind of a weird situation because you look like wow, how did there's no air left in the bag? Well, it just sucked it all back into the eggs, you know. So it's kind of neat because that room, after these are all done, at room temperature, they'll last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But to keep them cool, you know. I like to keep them in refrigerators. And
So you're really done with your curing process now?
this is it. This is how simple it is.
Can you
Between
freeze
the
those?
two, correct.
No problem.